Good morning, friends. Happy Friday, man. We have finally made it. Hope the week went by fast for you. Went by pretty quick for me. I stayed busy. Not as fast as I would like it to have gone, but still, I didn't have any drags in the middle of the week. Hope yours did too. A few more hours and we are free for a couple days. At least I hope you are. I know some people have to work on the weekend. Anyway, week 9 preview. We're going to go over things that are going to come up this weekend. Have some games this week. You know, that time of the year, Tuesday, Wednesday games. Really between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's only a couple games that are kind of intriguing. The rest of them are just kind of finish the season as best you can games, I guess. We'll go over a couple of those. Got a lot of news items to get to before we get started. Hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Big 12. Ooh, man. Tells Texas Tech, no more tortillas. Good luck with that. You know, college kids are going to smuggle them in. Probably even some young adults who've had some adult beverages out there in the tailgate. You know, they're going to smuggle them into. I imagine they'll catch people doing it, but they're not going to catch everybody's. But anyway, I wish you good luck with that. I really do, Big 12. Remember all the talk about Ole Miss faking injuries, and then they came up with a penalty, was a $50,000 fine and stuff like that. Texas A&M. My boys got caught last weekend. $50,000 fine faking an injury, and they can't deny it because it is on video. Jeez. Anyway, $50,000 fine is probably pocket change for A&M, but still, you got caught, and everybody's talking about it. So, oh boy, oh boy. Arizona State fans, they stormed the field after that Texas Tech win. Big 12 steps in with a $50,000 fine. Yeah. Clemson wide receiver Bryant Westco Jr., he's going to be out for the season with a back injury. Georgia wide receiver Colby Young, he's sidelined with a leg fracture. There's no timeline for him when he's going to return, so I don't know how bad the fracture was, and they're not really saying. But, yeah, he's this is a little crooked here. What the hell's going on here? At least a little crooked. Anyway, so yeah, they haven't said yet when he might return for that screwed up everything, didn't it? Okay. Who cares? All right, let's see who else. Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson. He will be out for the Houston game this weekend with a hamstring injury. Colorado State quarterback Braden Fowler Nicolosi. That's how you say him, Rams quarterback, Colorado State. He's entered the transfer portal. This happened after they fired Norvell. While he's been there, he's racked up 6,938 passing yards, 45 touchdowns. And you're like, wow, man, I want my team to get him. But hang on. He's committed 34 turnovers while he's there at Colorado State. So if you can get him to hang on to the ball, he might be good for your team. SEC, they have suspended longtime referee Ken Williamson for the remainder of the season. For his crew's performance in that Georgia-Auburn game. Remember all that talk about that and all the penalties, non-penalties, all that kind of stuff? He was the crew chief of that game, so that's why he got suspended. You know, I guess he's got the last word and everything. So, anyway. And then baseball's news, man. Did you see this? Tennessee baseball coach Tony Vitello, he's leaving. He's going to manage the San Francisco Giants. So, Tennessee will be looking for a new coach. I don't remember reading who's the interim coach right now until they get a head coach, because I know they're doing fall ball, them and softball, so I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so like I said, we only have really a couple of games that are kind of intriguing during the week. Most of them are trying to salvage your season games. On Tuesday, Kennesaw State, they moved to 5-2. They beat Florida International 45-26. Western Kentucky, they are 6-2 now. They beat Louisiana Tech 28-27 in overtime. Western Kentucky was up 20-7 at halftime in this game. Failed to score. They didn't score jack crap in the second half. That put La Tech back in it. La Tech forced an overtime where they lost by 1. And La Tech, they're a good team. I think they only had 2 losses at the time of this game. So I knew it would be a pretty intriguing game. Come halftime, I was like, well, maybe not, but hey. They couldn't score in the second half, and La Tech made a game of it. All right, so Friday, tomorrow night's really no better than the last few days in college football. I mean, tonight, 6 p.m. on ESPN2, 6-1 North Texas. They play 1-6 Charlotte. So something cool though. Mestemaker for North Texas, quarterback, 67% completion ratio, 1,860 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 4 rushing touchdowns. So he's a pretty good quarterback. 6:30 on ESPN, 5-2 Cal plays 2-5 Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's Jones, man, I was really looking forward to seeing him play this year, but man, they just I don't know what's going on with that team because he's a good quarterback, 61% completion rate, 1,397 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. But the O-line, man, they can't protect him. He's been sacked like 17 times this year, so that may be their Achilles heel there, why he's not breaking out. And the 9 p.m. CBS Sports Network, 5-2 Boise State plays 1-6 Nevada. See, tonight's kind of ho-hum when it comes to games. Boise State defense, they got 17 sacks this season, 5 of them by defensive lineman Braxton Faley. So he's kind of on a tear. You never know, he might be up for some awards here in a couple months. All right, so Saturday, 11 a.m. Fox. This is an interesting game here. 3-4 UCLA. They've been on a roll. I mean, they've been winning games. They go to number 2 Indiana. Can they pull off an upset? Become 500. Get a 4th win there. We're going to see. Lamaleva, 65% completion rate, 10 touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. He's thrown 5 picks. Indiana, they are better in passing and rushing. Total yards, way better on third down. They are 55% on third down conversions. Mendoza, 74% completion rate, 21 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's pretty incredible. Oh, he's also rushed for 2 touchdowns too. Cooper Jr., he's got 7 touchdown catches. Their defense has 26 sacks. 4 different players have 4 sacks apiece on the Indiana defense. And like Lamaleva, how do you say it? He's been sacked 16 times, so that defense is probably going to get after him. 11 a.m. on ESPN, 3-4 Syracuse. They go and play number 7 Georgia Tech. Syracuse is a little better in the passing game than the Yellow Jackets, but the Yellow Jackets are better on rushing and third down conversions. Haynes King for Georgia Tech, 71% completion ratio, 4 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns for him. 11 a.m. on ABC. I'll be watching this one. This is probably going to be a pretty good game. Number 8, Ole Miss, going to number 13, Oklahoma. Ole Miss, better in total yards, passing, rushing, and third down, believe it or not. Chambliss, 8 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. Mateer for Oklahoma, 7 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. Their defense does have 28 sacks, though, so they can really get after it. Defensive lineman R. Mason Thomas, he's got 5 alone by himself. So if the Ole Miss O-line doesn't hold up, it's going to be a long day for Chambliss. 11 a.m., ACC Network. Number 16, Virginia. They go to poor old 2-4 North Carolina. Virginia averages 40 points a game. I did not realize that. Tar Heels average 19 points a game. So it's an ACC battle, so who knows, 11 a.m., ESPN. Another pretty good one here. You're going to have to get your TV out, your tablet, your phone, maybe even the computer, because this 11 a.m. hour here is pretty damn good. Number 18, South Florida versus 6-1 Memphis. Byron Brown for South Florida, 63% completion rate, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He has rushed for 6 touchdowns also. Only been sacked 11 times, so that's not too bad considering where we are in the season. Memphis quarterback Brendan Lewis, 70% completion rate, 8 touchdowns. He's thrown 4 picks, 7 rushing touchdowns. He's been sacked 13 times, so that's not too bad, I guess. They are close in yardage categories and third down, so they kind of looks like they're evenly matched up. 11 a.m. on CW Network. 5-2 SMU goes to 4-2 Wake Forest. Kevin Jennings for the Mustangs, 68% completion rate, 1,948 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's been sacked 12 times. Wake Forest. The only good thing I can find about them in defense, got 13 sacks on the season. So, because they are close in total yards, rushing yards, passing yards, points scored per game. and third down conversions. They are pretty evenly matched. Nothing really stood out for Wake Forest. 11 a.m. on TNT. Rivalry game, Sunflower State Showdown. I think that's what they call it. 3-4 Kansas State versus 4-3 Kansas. Close in points per game. They are close in total yards per game. Close in the passing game, rushing game, and on third down. K-State defense does have 15 sacks on the season. Defensive end, let's see if I can say his name right. Osunanami? Osunanami? He's got 4 sacks by himself. KU, 17 sacks this season. K-State O-line has given up only 6 sacks, though. So that could be a battle there to look at if you're watching that game. All right, 11 a.m. ESPNU, Appalachian State versus Old Dominion, both 4-3. Old Dominion quarterback Colton Joseph, 16 passing touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns. He has thrown 8 picks. I mentioned this one because both of these teams were on the rise, and Old Dominion's kind of cooled off a little bit. This could have been a great Sun Belt battle had all that not happened, but it's still going to be a good game. Just like what happened to Old Dominion, man? They look like they're going to have a great season, and then I don't know what's going on there. All right, so 11 a.m. Fox Sports 1, Northwestern versus Nebraska. Both of them are 5-2. Northwestern slightly better in the rushing and on third down. Stone, 1,213 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for the Wildcats. Nebraska, more total yards and passing yards per game than Northwestern does. Rayola, 1,768 passing yards, 16 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Johnson for the Huskers, 7 rushing touchdowns. Both defense, they have 12 sacks on the year. Rayola, I can never say his name right. Rayola. Anyway, he's been sacked 25 times, so that Nebraska O-line, I don't know about that. All right, so 11:45 SEC Network, 3-4 Auburn versus 2-5 Arkansas. One of them has to win. I mean, they do. One of them has to win. Auburn looking to go 500. Arkansas just trying to get back into the win column. But Arkansas is playing a hell of a lot better since they got rid of Pittman. They lost to A&M and Tennessee by like 3 points apiece. So they are playing better. So maybe they can get one at home against Auburn. 2 p.m. Mountain West Network, Utah State versus New Mexico. Both of them are 4-3. Utah State only 29% on third down. It's probably a big reason why they're 4-3. 2:30 ABC. Not quite big of a game as we thought it was going to be back in August, but hey. Number 4 Alabama versus 3-4 South Carolina. Simpson for Alabama, 70% completion rate, 18 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's been sacked 12 times, so not too bad. South Carolina defense, 15 sacks this year, so they might get to him. Dylan Stewart, their defensive end, he has 3 by himself already. All right, big one here, at least. Well, it's a big game, but I know for my family. My brother-in-law went to Missouri. My niece is going to Missouri. Number 15, Missouri goes to number 10, Vandy. They are nervous about this game. They told me, man, we're biting nails about this game. I was like, yeah, well, playing against Pavia, so you probably should. Anyway, Missouri's Pribula. I guess I said his name right. 70% completion. Average is 232 passing yards a game. 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He also ran for 5 touchdowns. Pavia, 71% completion. Average is 224 passing yards a game. 15 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He does have 4 rushing touchdowns. Pribula has been sacked 17 times this year. Vandy defense has 20 sacks. Defensive end Miles Cooper, is that it? Miles Cooper? 4 sacks by himself so far this year for Vandy defense. They are even in points per game, total yards, passing, rushing, and third down. Pavia could be the difference maker in this one. Who knows? 2:30 on Fox. Number 11 BYU goes to Ames. Plays 5-2 Iowa State. What they say on TV, you just don't go into Jack Trice Stadium and win. Bachmeier for the Cougars, 63%. He averages 198 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's ran for 8 touchdowns this year. Iowa State's Rocco Beck, 63% completion also. 232 passing yards a game, so a little bit better. 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 7 rushing touchdowns. Both of them are pretty even in the categories when they compare them, and both good quarterbacks. BYU defense, 13 sacks so far this year, 5 of them by linebacker Jack Kelly. They also have 9 interceptions between everybody on the defense. Cyclones defense, they have 8 sacks on the year and 6 interceptions. 2:30, Big Ten Network. Number 25, Illinois, goes out to Seattle to play 5-2 Washington. Altmaier for Illinois is averaging 260 passing yards a game. He has 13 touchdowns, only 1 interception. I didn't realize that. He's also ran for 2 touchdowns. Fagan has 5 rushing touchdowns for the Illini. Washington's Williams Jr. averages 262 passing yards, 10 touchdowns this year, 4 interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns. Washington is way better on third down, though. Altmaier has been sacked 23 times. Washington's defense this year has 12 sacks, 6 interceptions. Williams Jr. for the Huskies, he's been sacked 18 times. Illinois' defense, they have 14 sacks and only 2 picks on the year. 2:30 ACC Network, 4-3 North Carolina State versus 5-2 Pitt. These guys are pretty evenly matched up in everything, so it's maybe a low-scoring game. 2:30 on CBS. Minnesota going to Iowa City to play Iowa. Both of them are 5-2. Minnesota kind of look like they're going to be going down like to a four-loss season. 4-5, I mean, it could still happen, but they've kind of been trending upwards a little bit better, so they're looking a lot better than they were. Minnesota better in the passing game. Iowa better in the rushing. And they are a little better on third down than the Gophers. Minnesota defensive lineman Anthony Smith, 7 sacks this season so far. He's having a hell of a game. But Iowa defensive lineman Max Llewellyn, he's got 5 sacks on the season, so he's catching up to him. 2:30 on ESPN Plus, Western Michigan versus Miami of Ohio. Both of them are 4-3 overall, but both of them are at the top of the MAC conference, 3-0. So they're going to be battling out for a spot, maybe the number 1 spot in the MAC. 2:30 on FS1, 5-1 San Diego State. They go to 5-2 Fresno State. They are pretty even in yardage categories, passing, rushing, total yards, all that. Both of them are at the top of the Mountain West Conference, so they could be battling out for first place. 2:30 on CBS Sports Network, Navy. They are going for 7-0. Remember how bad Navy was last year? I think the year before, too. They weren't too good. Now they're 7-0. Could be 8-0 because they're going to play 3-4 Florida Atlantic. Harbaugh for Navy, 7 passing touchdowns, 8 rushing touchdowns for him. 3 p.m. on ESPNU, the Tortilla-less number 14 Texas Tech. They play 1-6 Oklahoma State. Remember, if you go, they say no tortillas. 3 p.m. on ESPN2, 4-3 Baylor goes to number 21 Cincinnati. 3:15 on the SEC Network, number 22 Texas goes to 4-3 Mississippi State. Can Mississippi State get that 5th win? They're a good team. They've lost the last few, but hell of a lot better than they've been last year. And we know how hard it is to play there at their stadium with all the cowbells going. And remember what happened in Texas last week? They had to beat Kentucky in overtime with a field goal to win that game. Don't be surprised if Texas walks out of there with another loss. That is a tough place to play. And it's at 5 p.m., so they've had plenty of time to consume whatever it is. So they're going to be even louder. So keep an eye on that one if you don't watch it. 5 p.m. on ESPN+. TCU, they are looking to go 6-2. They play 2-5 West Virginia. Poor West Virginia. TCU's Wiz McAllister, 7 touchdown catches for him this year. 6 p.m. on FS1. Is this Luke Fickell's last game? Is it going to be his last game? Because 2-5 Wisconsin goes to number 6 Oregon. I don't know. I like Luke Fickell, but I figure he'd be gone way before some other coaches that have been let go already this year. But he probably looks like Robert Hayes, and was that his name? Robert Hayes in Airplane, where he's flying the plane, all the sweat's coming in. That's probably what Luke Fickell likes every day now. 6 p.m. on ESPN. 3-4 Stanford. They visit number 9 Miami. Miami, way better on third down and points per game. They're actually close on passing and rushing yards per game. 6 p.m. ESPN+. Troy looking to go 6-2. They got 2-5 Louisiana. This was a great game a few years ago, especially when Billy Napier was the coach of Louisiana. Who knows? They might not. They might not. I know Louisiana don't like where they are now. They might call up Napier and say, "Hey, you want to come back?" Because 2-5 now. That's crazy. Those guys usually are battling it out in the Sun Belt every year. So see that sign above my head? House divided. Yeah, wife LSU. I'm A&M. So it's going to be a house divided tomorrow night, 6:30 ABC, number 3 A&M versus number 20 LSU. A&M better in the rushing game and total yards. Reed has a 62% completion rate, 253 yards a game is what he averages, 15 touchdown, 4 rushing. They are pretty even in the passing game, though. Nussmeier, 66% completion, averages 234 a game. He's got 11 touchdowns. Tigers are also a little better on third down also. Reed, for A&M, he's been sacked 6 times. LSU defense has 17 sacks, 8 picks. Nussmeier, he's been sacked 9 times. A&M's defense has 25 sacks. Defensive end, Cassius Howell, he's already got 8 sacks by himself. So, y'all have heard me say this before, being an Aggie fan. Every year, they lose 1 or 2 games they shouldn't because they just, I don't know what, they take the team lightly, being lazy, start off slow, the other team passes them up. I said last week this Arkansas game could be a trap game, and it damn near was close to it. They only won by 3. Playing in Tiger Stadium at night, yeah, LSU's 20. I mean, yeah, but they're still a damn good team, and that defense is something else, and that noise in Tiger. I've been to Tiger Stadium at night. It is no joke. I hope A&M doesn't lose, but I would not be surprised if they do. Because, like I said, track record, they've always lost a couple games. Sometimes they just lay down. Sometimes, whatever. But either my wife or me are going to be happy Saturday night. So we'll see which one. Anyway, it's going to be a hell of a game. 6:30 ACC Network. Number 19 Louisville goes to little poor old 1-6 Boston College. Boston College, they only won their first game, I think. First or second game, and that's it. They've been done. 6:30 on NBC. Rivalry game. Number 25 Michigan visits 3-4 Michigan State. It's pretty much a slugfest whenever these two play. 6:40 on SEC Network. Number 17 Tennessee goes to 3-4 Kentucky. Who almost beat Texas, but Mark Stoops screwed that up for him. So we'll see what happens this week. 7 p.m. ESPN2, right down the road, Houston, Texas. 6-1 Houston plays number 24 Arizona State. These two guys are very evenly matched, close in all the categories. Wigman, 11 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns. Levitt, 9 touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. Cougars are slightly better on third down than Arizona State is. Playing here in Houston, home crowd. Houston's just quietly sneaking around back there. 6-1, they're not ranked or anything, but they're just slowly sneaking in there. So, man, if they can get this win, they might be ranked by Sunday. We'll see. 9:15 ESPN. I think this is your late game for maybe because the World Series starts this weekend. I think, but you only got one late game. 3-4 Colorado goes to 5-2 Utah. Close in passing yards per game. That's it. Utah's better in everything else. Every other category, Utah's better. So, anyway, that's how it is. All right, so FCS got a few games that stand out here. Just like last week, most of the top tier teams in FCS, the undefeateds, are playing middle of the road to bottom of the cellar ones. So kind of like that this week. But you do got some intriguing ones if you like. I like FCS football. I'll watch it when I can. Tonight, actually, 9:30 on ESPN2, 7-0 Montana goes to 4-3 Sacramento State. Sacramento State's had a good team the last couple of years. Don't know what the problem is this year, but it is late night college football, and it's on ESPN2, so you don't have to break out your computer. All right, Saturday, a couple of Ivy League duels too. 5-0 Harvard versus 3-2 Princeton, and 4-1 Penn versus 3-2 Yale. Both at 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus. So I try to catch a couple of Ivy League games every year. So Probably not this weekend because we got a lot of good games at 11. So all my screens will be taken up. 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus. 7-0 Presbyterian. They play 5-2 Dayton. 1 p.m. ESPN Plus. 4-3 Illinois State versus 5-3 South Dakota. And this one just has to be prime time against. It's going against A&M, LSU, Michigan State, Tennessee, Kentucky, Houston, Arizona State. But it is what it is. 7 p.m. ESPNU. North Dakota State Bison versus South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Both of them are 7-0. Border War. Both quarterbacks average over 200 yards passing game. Both have 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. Running back, I don't know if I can say his name right, but North Dakota State running back, Keenu? I guess the P silent. Kpeenu. I'm going to guess the P silent. So Keenu, 11 rushing touchdowns. North Dakota State is a little better in all the categories. They are way better on third down, though, than South Dakota State. So both these teams, they're going to the playoffs. Could be an early preview if they match up again somewhere in the FCS playoffs in a couple of months. So that is it. Man, Friday, almost Friday afternoon. We just got a few more hours. We can do it. Thank God. We'll be back either Sunday afternoon or Monday to recap everything that happens from tonight through tomorrow. Got a lot of great games. Enjoy the weekend. Hope the weather's going to be good. Here it's going to be raining all day Saturday and part of Sunday, but good day to watch college football here in Southeast Texas. But I hope the weather's great where you are. Have fun weekend. Be safe. Enjoy it. We'll see you next time.